Hi, and welcome back to our second episode of Resonance Reads. I'm your host, Michaela,
And I'm Emily.
and today we'll be talking about Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, the second book in the Empyrean series.
And just like our previous episode, we are going to spend probably about a good 8-10 minutes giving a spoiler-free section of like just our opinions about Iron Flame. And then we will go into much more spoilers and just like our general opinions about like specific things that have happened throughout the book. Yep. And, you know, if you want to stick around for all of that, that would be so amazing. Yes. But if you're just here to get some of the down low on Iron Flame before you take it on, like, that is absolutely fantastic, and we were so incredibly excited to start this with you.
Yes.
So to start out, just talking about Iron Flame, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
No. I saw a meme that said it could have been an email. That's very true.
Yeah.
It definitely had second book problems.
It did. And I mean, you see it really consistently in second books where it kind of feels like it's real slow to start.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like information and world building and just like it. And sometimes it kind of feels a little repetitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, and this whole book kind of felt repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it kind of felt like an episode recap, like you're watching TV and it shows you like last week's episode.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like that at the beginning, which maybe needed for some, I guess, if you were reading the books like as they were published, but you know, we're not, so that kind of felt like meh to me.
Yeah.
This book was doing a lot, but at the same time it wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also feel like it is so easy for so much to get spoiled. Yeah. Right now, like you breathe the word Fourth Wing near your any type of media device, and it's gonna pop up everything you've ever needed to know. I know so much more than I ever needed to know just because of that. Yeah. So if you are gonna read it, I do recommend
stay off the internet.
You just scroll as fast as you can away from those things because I like so much of it was, I'm not gonna say ruined for me, but spoiled for me. And that did kind of make me, I don't know, a little less apt to finish it as quickly as I normally would a book.
Yeah.
Just because
definitely, it took a long week of me reading.
It did.
To get through this. And really just like the first half, I was just like, oh, okay. And then, you know, the second half, it started to pick up. And that was fine. But it just took a while to get to the action. And, it was just second book problems, like I said before.
And like, I'm not mad at it. And I think I might feel a little bit differently about all the horrible, awful, terrible things that happened. Just if like, and I understand that there's a book after this, Onyx Storm, but knowing, because the end of Onyx Storm has already been spoiled for me. Yeah. So like knowing that there's no resolve to that yet took the wind right out my sails.
Truly. Okay. Yeah. Like you said, I don't know that spoilers ruined it, but at the same kind of, it kind of did, because like I didn't want to read because I was like, well, I already know what happens. Absolutely. Why do I want to put myself through this emotional turmoil?
Because you feel the emotional turmoil when you're reading the spoiler, when you're, you know, like absorbing that information outside of the book. So like putting it in context, because you do become emotionally attached to all the characters. You know what I mean?
For sure. So in Iron Flame, we have our you know, our fave characters, Violet, Xaden, Rhiannon.
God, I love them. I love them. You got friggin', what's his name? I do this every time.
Sawyer, Riddick.
I don't know. I love Riddick as a character.
Roderick.
All the time. And I don't know. I'm terrible with names. And normally I'm not, but something about Riddick's name specifically just slips my mind constantly. Like, I don't know what it is about him, but Roderick just comes to mind. And mind you, I listened to the dramatized audiobook version for the majority of this. All of them. Yeah. Every single one of them has been enunciated for me time and time again, and it always slips my mind. Every single time. Every single time.
Do you think, kind of off topic, do you think reading versus listening alters the experience for you?
Okay. Hear me out.
I mean, I know.
I'm going to get into that right now. I'm going to get into that right now, because if anybody, listen, this is important. If anybody's listening to the dramatized audiobook version, it's good, but the make out sounds Like there's not a lot in this world that'll make me cringe.
Yeah.
But hearing their mouths, I don't know. First off, I don't know how they got that in there. I don't know what they did.
Were those people actually
were they because like it doesn't sound like that. It's not like hold on.
Please.
Listen, I'm sure I could find some. Hold on. Here, hold on. I want to see if I can play one of these for you. Hold on.
Please.
Let me just see if I can show this to you. Let me just see if I can show you just like a snippet of this atrocity.
Glances my way, his gaze flickering to my mouth, then tugs me into one of the shadowy alcoves.
That smile.
His mouth takes mine.
Absolutely preposterous.
The breathing and like the.
Yeah, but okay, listen, there were several moments. There were several moments in this, and like there's a classic moment that I'm sure most people know about if you've made it this far, so I'm not even going to consider it a spoiler.
Yeah.
But like the My House, My Chair, My Woman, basically porn.
Truly,
basically porn.
Very hot to read, but goddamn.
Listening to it? Listen, mind you, I'm listening to it at work.
Right.
I haven't talked about where I work before, but I do, I handle a lot of clothing.
Yeah.
And so while I'm trying to casually do that,
like dry cleaning.
yeah, while I'm trying to casually do some laundry,
she's listening to porn.
Not on purpose. Listen, I'm so glad nobody was around. I'm sure I was beat fucking red. And like the only thing that pulled me out of it is if you decide to listen to the dramatized version, this is very important that you just listen real close to that moment, because you can there's just a guitar back there that sounds like the Home Depot ad music. And that really puts everything into
You're
perspective.
Like, wait a minute, what is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
lawnmowers?
Yeah.
You know? I swear,
Damn.
I'm sorry. I don't know if that's a spoiler, and if you think it is, then I'm sorry.
About it.
But
that sounds like. See, I don't think I could. I've tried to listen to audiobooks. I don't think I could do it.
No, it's bad. Like, listen, okay, there's some really great parts where I'm like, this is great. But every single time, and I know I'm going on about this, every single time their mouths touch, I crawl out of my own skin. Not because it's not a sweet moment, because it is. But nothing takes me out of it more than the sound of wet mouths just
heavy
sucking
breathing.
face, and they're always around people. They're always kissing like nobody else is around.
We both wrote a note about this,
Yeah.
like their PDA, so we'll touch on that again later. But
We will.
It's intense.
It's crazy. And so like, listen, reading this book, I'm sure it'll make you cringe a whole lot less.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not saying that the traumatized audiobook version isn't good, because it is. However, just be made aware of that. And some people are stronger than me.
That's true.
I mean, I listen to some pretty shady stuff. But that, and some people might call me dramatic, and that's fine. You're allowed to. And if you're stronger than me, by all means.
Kudos to you, yeah.
Like, I'll applaud you from the background, but goddamn did it not make me want to crawl out of my own skin. It did.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm so sorry.
No,
I needed everybody to know.
So, if anyone needed a discourse on audiobooks versus reading,
you asked, I answered. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Yeah, I typically only read,
which is good. I read constantly.
Right.
And it's so wonderful. I just really procrastinated this book so hard that I had to listen to it at work.
Right. To consume it.
To consume it. And even that took me way longer than it should have.
So yeah, now maybe let's go into some spoilers.
Yeah. I got 17 pages of notes ready and waiting.
My very first note, which this isn't a spoiler, but of course, Rebecca has to remind us that Violet is indeed tiny, small, frail, glass bones, and paper skin.
Yes. Right off the bat. But I will say, they don't talk about it nearly as much.
No, they don't.
But like the first chunk, glass bones, paper skin.
Yeah.
And we're made aware of it again. But also, she is technically recovering from almost dying at that point.
Yeah, she is still reeling over Brennan being alive, and that was another thing I noticed right off the bat. Why isn't she more fucking mad at Brennan?
And you know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Because my first note was I'd probably be a little more mad at Brennan. I've never been in that situation. But I will say, we'll talk about it later. But when Mira finds out, she has the reaction I wanted.
Exactly.
And so it does kind of balance it out.
Yeah.
But I really I don't know. I mean, she almost died.
The reaction was very Violet appropriate, I think.
But
I wanted more.
We all wanted more. And if her sister, if Mira hadn't popped off the way that she does, I'd be a little disappointed.
Oh yeah, but Mira came in clutch.
Mira
for that.
stays coming in clutch.
Truly.
We talked about this, me and you, side characters carried this book.
Truly,
Not
they did.
to say,
I mean,
that Violet and Zayden didn't do good, but like the side characters,
yeah, the friends and
Mhm.
like the enemies even
Mhm.
really had this book on their
Dragons.
backs. The dragons are my favorite characters.
The dragons are in a constant state of carrying this book.
Truly,
My next note is about Andarna, like getting to see her
yes.
whenever she's just like all disproportionate, like stumbling through, like
Yeah.
she's so sassy.
Yeah.
She is full teenage adolescent mode. Like, I love her. I love everything about her.
Yeah.
She's so fun throughout this entire book. Like, she's so fun. But these first moments you get with her, where this poor girl, and you don't know a lot about what's going on with her. You just know that she's if you hear the dogs in the background, just know there's nothing we can do. Okay, we all have
They're
pets.
valuable members of this podcast.
They are. They're carrying the team. We got Frank. We got Mia. I know that this isn't important, but it is important. We got Sam. And they are co-hosts
Yes.
of this podcast. Most precious. Anyway, back to Andarna, like that those first times when you get to see her and she's lumbering
funny.
around.
I mean, she's got that teenage sass, like
angsty as hell.
yeah.
And Tyrion's just like, this is just how they are.
Yeah, like get used to it. And Tyrion he's kind of fed up with everyone in this book, honestly.
I know, but he's in such like a dad way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he's dealing with a bunch of teens, and I know technically Violet isn't one, but like sometimes her reactions are very juvenile.
Oh, God.
And he listen, if he didn't call her out for all the things that most of us were already thinking, I would have put
Yeah.
this book down a long time ago.
She's very much Violet is very much acting her age in this book.
Yep.
And maybe I'm just too old to read this book. But at my ripe age of 27, and
My
Violet
ripe
being what, like 21?
I think so.
Yeah, 'cause she turns 21 at the beginning.
she was comatose through her birthday.
Yeah. And I was just like, sometimes like she would say things or do things, and I was like, oh, like
Yeah.
you're just a little baby.
Oh, we're gonna have examples coming up.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I got 17. I'm sorry. I'm really proud of these 17 pages of notes. I don't know if you remember from the last episode. And if you didn't listen to the last episode, fair. But I didn't take a lick of notes, and I was holding on by a thread. What's your next one?
Just talking about like how there's a lot of info dumped in the first chapter.
Yeah, there
and
is.
a little bit more on how the Venin operate.
Yeah.
Which still kind of confused, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if I listen. I'm not even gonna be mad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't write a lick of information that was actually helpful.
You just wrote like your reactions.
I did to everything. I
That's smart because I wrote too much like quote unquote important stuff. Like I wanted to write down like how do the Venin work, like how do the words work.
Which,
I didn't really write
we'll,
down
we'll
reactions.
get there.
Yeah.
Well, I solely wrote down my reactions in little blurbs. And like my very next thing, like, I mean, let's go into the Venin real fast before I go off into my own thing. I do believe that the Venin are just like wielders the same way that Xaden and Violet are, but they take from the earth. Like they take from like the power source that is
instead
like
of their dragons.
Exactly. Like they're trying to they're just trying to take like exponential amounts of power.
Yeah.
So that they don't have the limits that the dragons provide. But then, that causes...
In doing so,
yeah,
they look like absolute shit.
Horrible. I mean, they look rough. And the more they use, the more they wield, the more their body turns to... I don't even know. Like, I mean, they seem okay, but like they look bad.
I was always picturing kind of like zombies.
Oh,
I know they're not.
I was picturing a mixture of Voldemort and zombies.
Yeah. Yep. That's good. That's what I was picturing. With like a touch of like traditional vampire.
Yeah.
Like creepy.
Like a
Not
Nosferatu situation.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
That's what I was picturing. That's probably not how it is at all. They probably look mostly normal, but
see, but it's a book. It's all in the mind.
that's right.
That's why there's so much fan art. We're all just doing our best, okay?
But yeah, so you get a little more info on that, but I'll be honest, I don't really know how it works.
Yeah, I mean, me neither. And I mean, we get a lot more Venin information throughout the entire book. But This has nothing to do with the Venom. My very next note was just like, like, I don't, like, Violet's so mad at Xaden about not telling her about the resistance and not telling her a whole bunch of stuff. But also, let's be so for real. Dane took her memories.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, that's how they ended up in this situation. That's how any of this happened. And she's sitting here with the absolute ball sack just trying to, like, be mad at him. But how can she be mad? Well, she's sitting here demanding, like, complete transparency. But no.
And at the same time, like, it's not about you, Violet. Like, Xaden's doing this for the war, like, the survival of your people. And then you're like, do you not like me? Why are you sharing things with me? Like, girl.
Come on. It's so, like, her reaction to this is very juvenile. And that was very frustrating to me at first.
And that continues throughout the whole book. I feel like this fight of, like, you're not telling me everything. Oh, you're not telling me everything. Back and forth,
it's exhausting for me.
Yeah.
And I like...
It was very repetitive, just very...
Like, they're either absolutely mouths all over each other, or they're fighting.
Yeah. And sometimes at the same time.
Truly. I mean, truly. Because, I mean, yeah, obviously there's chemistry. But, like, bro.
It's just... It was annoying. And, although one of my other notes is it's good to see Violet and Xaden hating on Dane.
Of course, yeah.
They did that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
a couple solid paragraphs, and I was like, nice.
Yeah, I don't, because, like, okay, I just want you to know and understand that I put several days between each section of the book that I read. And so I don't remember exactly what was going on at this point, but one of my notes goes, I agree with Xaden. We should just scrap the whole plan and throw Dane off the parapet.
Yeah.
And that resonates with me. I'm pretty sure this is like when they're going back to Besgaiath.
Yeah.
And you know, they have this whole plan, and they're like, oh, Dane can read her memories, and he's like, let's just scrap the whole plan. I'll just chuck Dane off the parapet.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, I was still a Dane hater. I hate him a little less. However,
I still don't like it either.
I stand
like
on that note.
Small redemption arc in this book, and I don't know.
I'm sure it'll get better in Onyx Storm, but
yeah, hopefully. I still don't love him. He's a little better, but not much. And as you know, we get into the book, and Violet's starting like her second year at Biscaya. I did enjoy that part. I liked how Violet was like a mentor. You know, she was helping the first years, and like seeing her remember what it was like to be in their shoes was nice.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah. And we start to see like Violet interacting with the first years, and she's gained a bit of a reputation already.
Yeah.
You know, they know who she is, and like
her signet.
Yes. Yeah. She's, you know, being a mentor to them. She even watches some of the first years cross the parapet, but then at a certain point she can't watch anymore.
I mean, and I can't blame her because it's so different being on the parapet and only having to worry about yourself, and then like being helpless, like knowing what that's like, and like not being able to do anything.
Yeah.
She just kind of like, you know, step out of the rules a little bit when it comes to Sloane.
Yes. She meets Liam's sister.
Liam. God, please
his sister,
break
Sloane,
my heart again and again.
And, you know, she told Liam, like, I'll look out for your sister. Yeah. And Sloane's like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah, it's all your fault that he's dead.
Yeah.
And that hit me hard. That hit Violet hard. And she was like, he's worth 10 of you. And first off, couldn't agree more. Okay. I understand she's our main character. I love Violet. Don't get me wrong. I loved Liam.
Yeah.
I loved who he was. I loved what he represented. And what he represented was all the goodness in this world. And that's a hill I'll die on.
True.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
But yeah, Sloane fucking hates her. And isn't shy about letting everyone know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Violet's just trying to help, you know. She's like, I know I'm not wanted, but here's some help.
I appreciate that because she's not really pushing Sloane to like her.
Right.
She's like, you can hate me, but I'm going to be here for you.
Yeah.
And like, the way that she helps is so fantastic throughout the book.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm just, I mean, it's good.
Again, with the side characters really carrying the story, like we mentioned earlier. Because from here on out, like the friends and the side characters, are truly doing all the work.
Yeah, like I mean, they feel just as important as the main characters.
And it's interesting how some of them start developing like their own little stories and relationships as well. I mean, I know like Rhiannon is with that girl Tara, right? Is her name?
I think so.
And like Imogen, you know, you start to hear more about her
and her best friend Quinn.
Yeah.
And you know, like there's so many different like building relationships.
Yeah.
But like, okay, but let's be so for real. The one relationship that doesn't change throughout this entire book is Violet and Xaden. Okay, I mean, it does a little bit, but like the whole time, the whole beginning of this book, every fiber of my being is screaming, "Why can't she be mad and still bang?"
Right.
I don't like
she's trying to
the
argue
tension
with him all the time.
Oh my god, over dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Like we're like, get over yourself for one, and bang that beautiful man, because the tension
Just
is palpable. And he is being so upfront with you as far as he can.
Yeah.
And he is telling you nothing but the most reassuring shit. And you still got to stick up your ass.
Yeah. You're like, no, I don't want to have sex.
I can't even trust you. Shut up.
Girl, you don't
And
have to trust him.
every time
to
you're
love
around him, you're
like,
literally drooling.
Yeah.
I mean, truly.
She's always thinking about like how gorgeous he is, and he is. So just get over it, girl. Get over yourself.
And none of her reasoning makes sense to me. And maybe somebody else out there can explain it to me, and so that I understand. But like, I mean, there are so many points where she's like, "Well, you can't tell me anything until I can shield from Dane," and yet you're sitting here scolding him and berating him. Is it berating or berating? Yeah. Anyway, just checking about him not telling you stuff. Like that's.
But then you're like, "Don't tell me anything."
Like, stop.
Make up your fucking mind, girl.
And it's just, she wants full transparency. That's not possible.
No.
She, like, there's going to be things that she has to hide from him, things that he has to hide from her, but he will always be as upfront as he can be. And he's proving that time and time and time again, and he's being nothing but patient with her. Anyway,
that kind of leads into, like, what I was going to say next is, like, the side characters and the friends, like, Imogen especially is, like, girl, grow up and get over it.
Yeah. I love Imogen in this.
Yeah. She just tells it like it is. And she's like, you can't expect Xaden to be this perfect, like, communicative person because that's not who he is. And, like, he's giving you the best that he can.
Absolutely.
And you're fucking whining about it.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, this is who he has always been. Yep. This is who you chose to be with. Stop being a baby.
Yeah, pretty much. And I love that. Because she just said what we were all thinking.
Truly. I mean, it's a very frustrating situation, and it's pretty consistent. I'm not saying all of her arguments with Xaden are dumb, but I feel like time is short, baby girl.
Yeah.
Just
it's like we said earlier, it's just so back and forth. Like, I love him, I hate him, I love him, I hate him.
Yeah, well, she never hates him. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't know, like, is loving him enough? Yeah, it is. Like, he's beautiful, and he's so supportive. And he says all the right things.
Right, and he loves you.
He loves you so much.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
Yeah. But that whole, like, back and forth just lasted way too long.
Way too long.
Like, up until 60% through this book.
It didn't build tension the way that I think she wanted it to. It just made me frustrated. Yeah. And not sexually.
No. No. Yeah, it was very frustrating. And I think if she would have toned that down to, like, 2 or 3 arguments, because, sometimes you need to argue with a partner,
it's growth, right? But this arguing didn't feel like growth.
No. And it was like every time they saw each other, because they had this, like, 2-week separation.
Which I liked that in the book, because it wasn't just centered around them, and if it would have been, I would put the book down. But, like, that 2-week separation, I feel like you really get some good, like, growth from Violet, and, like, watching her go through her second year. Like on the, oh my gosh, the whole Nadine situation. Is it Nadine?
Yeah, it's Nadine.
Nadine, poor Nadine, purple hair,
a little friend, and just this poor girl gets just fucking assassinated right in front of them.
Well, because like the guy, I don't even think they give us a name. I just think you call him like a big first year or whatever. And they like, he hears her name, and he's like, Sorengale, and then Nadine turns around and she's like, look, I'm Sorengale with my hair, like,
my
look at it.
violet hair.
I know. And then he like snaps her fucking neck. I don't often verbally gasp.
Yeah, but
because of books. But holy cow.
Yeah.
Meeting didn't
it was
deserve
just so
that.
sudden, and they were all just sitting and like joking around and having fun, and then
But I do respect the fact that Violet immediately was like, nobody interfere.
Yeah.
And she took him down.
she fucking put him on his ass quick.
I mean, yeah, quick.
Well,
she got a little crushed a little bit, but like, you know, she did stab him in the kidney many times. She
As
went
she
for that
should.
kill stab, if
Yep.
you will. And just like Zayden taught her.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
See, that showed me a little growth in Violet.
Right.
It was mostly like outside of her interactions with Zayden, I feel like I saw a lot of growth.
Yeah.
I feel like she didn't give whiny baby.
Yeah, she wasn't. And like you mentioned earlier, like there wasn't a lot of mention of her being small and frail. Yes, she still had like her chronic pain and
Yep.
she would think about it a lot, but she wasn't using that as a crutch.
No, she used it to propel her forward.
Yeah.
She didn't let it hold her back.
And it was also like a teaching moment.
Truly.
Because she would, you know, tell other first years and like her friends, hey, we're coming across this obstacle, like maybe do it this way. Like this is
Yeah.
how I have to adapt and do it.
yeah.
So
I mean,
I
yeah.
like that.
I see there. I saw, and those parts in the book really made it worth it. I think the most exhausting thing was her relationship with Zayden. Not
Yeah.
that I don't love so many parts of it, but like there's the time whenever she like goes to see him, in the like I think it was in Solo. No, it was in Samara. No,
Yeah.
Is it Samara?
Yes, I think it's Samara.
in Samara, where like she goes there, she gets there a little bit early, and she catches him in a fight.
Yeah.
First off, hot. Second, like you find out that the reason he was fighting is because he was trying to get like the 48-hour pass,
Yeah, like
so he
a
can spend
visitation pass.
so he can spend the entire time with her. And then he only needed 24 hours because that's as long as she was going to be there.
Yeah.
And he gave the other 24 hours to the guy he fought.
Yeah.
And like it was just like that. He did that so that he could spend that time with her.
Yeah.
And then after all of that, like she was pushing to like do the down and dirty. And he was like, listen, like I'm not trying to use that. Like I'm not trying to use physical stuff to like, you know, change your mind and make you love me. Like I want you to choose me.
Yeah.
And like there's just so many moments where Zayden is bearing his soul to her and I'm like, stop. I'll if she doesn't want you, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Truly.
Stop. Don't listen
He
to
was
her.
really becoming like an A+ book boyfriend in this book.
I know, but she was being a dummy dumb.
Truly, she was.
But no, I mean the next like really impactful part was whenever you meet Varish.
Yeah.
Varish in his
Dragon Solus. Is that what you were going to
yeah.
say?
His dragon Soulless.
Or you
like the one-eyed dragon.
class?
No, I was going to
Oh.
talk about Soulless
Okay,
because
yeah.
like the first time you see him, he kills most of the third. Is it the third wing?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I know there's some students.
Yeah,
And like this
yeah.
dragon
And
just
then she
blasts
jumps on
them.
top of freaking Sloane.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And her back gets absolutely blasted.
Yeah.
Because Varish's dragon unpredictable. Terran busts up in there, Daddy Terran style,
Terran.
and he puts that dragon in his place. And then you find out that he took Solus's eye because Solus only has one eye.
Yeah. Oh,
I love it. I love Terran.
I love Look, hear me out. Little side joke.
This is the,
We've been talking about it.
Is it a joke?
No. But I've been joking around with Emily that I think Rebecca Yarros just didn't have the balls to write like Dragon Shifter smut with Terran as the main character.
God,
I mean, I'd read it.
listen.
I don't know.
That's a hill I'll die on.
Him and Sigale could get it.
Oh my god, I want to know their love story.
Yes,
Rebecca,
please write the dragon smut.
No, well, listen, it doesn't.
Well,
It's not. We don't want just. We want the romance.
Right.
We want to know how they met.
Right.
I'm sure Sigale was hard to get, but Terran, you know.
We just love the
I
dragons.
just
Okay.
want, yeah, you know.
Yeah. What's that story like? He just ripped out this other dragon's eye. I almost said this dude, but
I didn't know what you were gonna say. No, but yeah, like him and Solus,
that.
like, oh god, it was good. I like watching Terran put other dragons in their place.
yeah,
He's got such dad energy.
yeah,
And ain't nobody gonna touch his silver one. You know what I mean?
yes,
You know what I mean?
truly,
But no, I mean Varish, the guy,
yeah.
what a dick. What a dick.
You said
First
it.
off, like this man truly believes that he can tell dragons what to do.
Yeah.
He abuses his power. He makes Carr look like a saint.
Yeah.
Jeez, and Carr literally snapped a kid's neck like last
Yeah.
year. Like fast and easy. Didn't even blink.
yeah, because they have this like new class for the second years.
Yeah, the
where
survival class.
They have to learn to like survive under like without their dragons and under interrogation and stuff like that.
And they just kidnap them out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which, like, respect. But, like, also...
And they, like, nullify their...
Yeah!
Their powers.
Okay, first and foremost, if you ever get kidnapped, don't drink the water. Like, okay, listen. And maybe it's just the fact that I've read a lot of books. Okay? That makes me so on edge.
Right.
And maybe Violet doesn't know the things that I know. But rule number 1 after getting kidnapped, don't drink the water.
I think they were just like, oh, it's part of class. Like, it's fine. It was not fine.
Took away their signets and their connection to their dragons.
Yep.
And, I mean, it's not like they've done this before, so nobody could warn them.
Right.
Oh, my God. I was stressed for her.
Yeah, that was stressful.
But Rhiannon.
Badass
squad leader. I love Rhiannon.
Yeah.
Like, who she is in this book, like, she's a pillar of strength.
Truly.
She is a leader I would get behind. I love her so much.
Yeah, me too.
Because I mean whenever, you know, they get their signets and stuff taken away and they're in the woods, you also get a really good view of all the other factions.
Yeah, like the other quadrants. Which I liked. You didn't really get that in the first book. I mean, you knew about the scribe
of course
quadrant, and they're paired with a couple infantry members in this survival class.
Yeah, also, and I think there's a couple healers. Like,
yeah.
You get a really good idea, and like watching them work together is really interesting.
Yeah.
And honestly, it makes me feel like it puts into perspective how badass writers are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like they go through a lot. Like they go through a lot, and I don't condone looking down on other people, but I get why they would look at other sections differently, because they go through so much. It's so much life or death. Like they have been hardened by watching their friends die, by going through shit that nobody could even imagine in the other sections. Like it's really interesting.
And I think Violet makes a point about that, like with her friends or with Xaden. I don't remember the scene exactly, but she says, like, you know, in the Riders Quadrant, they turn us into weapons. Like we get desensitized to like all this stuff. Because, you know, they're on the front lines and like they have to be just weapons, essentially. They can't have these emotions, and
I will say emotions did get Violet into trouble constantly.
Oh, yeah. But they can't, you know, have the same kind of training as the other sections, because they have to solely be weapons first and foremost.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
like that's one of the moments. And then after that, another thing that I really appreciated, like I said, the time in between, like when Xaden and Violet are together, like you get so much, like, because you got the stuff with Sloane, because Sloane is very much against help. Like she's fighting help. She was like, Liam didn't need it, and Violet really comes in clutch, because right after Liam died, when they got back, she broke into Liam's room and stole the 50 letters that he had written Sloane before he died.
Oh, man.
Liam. I love him. I love him so much. And I cannot express to you how heartbroken. And I know Rebecca did that to us on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
But Liam lives with me forever, just like Dylan.
Oh.
Dylan. Not in the same way, but if anybody doesn't remember Dylan, I've talked about him before. You meet him for but the briefest moment at the very beginning of Fourth Wing, right before she walks the parapet, and he was like, look at this ring. It's going to be my lover's ring whenever I get done. It'll, after these years, it'll all be worth it. And then he dies. God bless Dylan. God, poor man.
R.I.P. Dylan. And
R.I.P.
Liam.
Dylan. Liam, of course.
Yeah.
Liam in the depths of my soul. Dylan, very top of my soul. You know what I mean? But anyway, but no, like she took those letters, and then to like kind of motivate Sloane, even though it made her really mad, she was like you're going to train, because mind you, Sloane is not very good at combat. She don't want to admit it, but she gets her ass kicked a lot.
Yeah.
So she's like, you don't have to train with me. You don't have to like me. You could hate me for however long you want, but like you're going to train with Imogen every single day, and every week I will give you a letter from your brother.
Yep.
And that's the motivation, and that really keeps Sloane alive. Like, Violet is doing such a good job of not only respecting the fact that she's going to let Sloane feel however she wants, but she's also going to make sure she survives.
Yeah.
that was such a good moment
Violet
for me.
is a great mentor, provided that people are responding to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I love Imogen. And Imogen
Yes.
constantly has Violet's back in this book. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Imogen's a friend that I would want.
Yeah, because at the beginning, Violet's carrying all these secrets about like the venom and what happened at Resin and like all this other stuff, and she's not supposed to tell anyone. One, so she doesn't put her friends in danger.
Yep.
Two, because she doesn't want Dane and Colonel Ados, Dane's dad, having access to like this information.
Yep.
Because at this point, the whole rebellion is still like under wraps.
Yeah.
So Imogen really steps in, and they get really close. But yeah, Imogen is definitely someone I would want by my side.
Absolutely. I mean, she's trustworthy. I mean, she's amazing. She's so strong. Anyway, I could go on about Imogen forever. I think I'm in love with Imogen. It's fine.
And also during this time, Violet starts a little bit of a research of her own about the wards. And who does she enlist for help? Our girl Jacenna.
Oh my God,
Love
Jacenna.
her. So they start, kind of trading books back and forth. They're researching.
Very secret.
Yes, they're researching like the first 6 dragon riders that like created the wards and like how to, power them up again, how to use them essentially.
Yeah, because they're trying to get the ward stone up at Aradia.
Yeah,
I think that's how you pronounce it. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, don't tell me about it. You know what I mean. But at first, I mean, it's not very fruitful, the information that they're finding. And I mean, Jacenna is busting out the oldest tome she can find.
Yeah, but they can't find anything.
They really can't. And it takes a while. I mean, she tells Xaden first. First off, he's mad. He's like, "So you're keeping stuff from me now?" And she's like, "You're keeping stuff from me," because they're arguing constantly. But it is really, I love when Xaden argues, because it is always because he loves her so much and he wants her to be safe. But regardless, you get so much, like, the moment she starts trusting more people with the information, like people that she knows she can trust, like her squad. So we're talking like Riddick, we're talking Rhiannon, we're talking Sawyer, like, and she brings them into the fold. That's when we get the breakthrough of information from our least likely source, Riddick himself. And everybody's flabbergasted.
Yeah, everyone's like,
they're
"What?
Like,
You know
huh?"
that?
And he was like, "Yeah, whenever we were stealing that map from Mama Soaringale, I was perusing and I saw one of the journals in her office." Ooh. And so that means that they had to be from somewhere, and then they and then I can't remember who figures out about like the
royal family having it, right?
Well, it's not the royal family. It's like it's in a locked vault in the basement of the archives.
Oh, yeah.
And she brings that information to Justinian. She's like, "Hey, can you find out where the entrance is?"
Yeah.
It's so dramatic. So fun. Very, like, it's so good. And so they, like, make this whole plan. But that's when they find out about, like, the seal being, like, the wards can't be passed by anybody who isn't a part of the royal family.
Yes.
And then
that's where I thought about the royal family.
Yeah.
Because one of the first years is, like, the prince in hiding.
Yeah, he's
Eric.
like the youngest prince.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Well, he goes by Eric or Arik.
Arik. And yeah. Oh my gosh. But he hates his dad.
Yeah.
His dad has no idea he's currently in the wider quadrant. This is getting out of hand, Michaela.
I know. It's so funny though.
You have no idea how many times she's wanted to say squibe
quadrant because I'm illiterate.
You're the illiterate one? Anyway.
But yeah, the dad has no idea. The king has no idea that his son is, in the Riders Quadrant.
But you know who does know? Violet Soaringale.
What does she not know, honestly?
How to keep her emotions in check and get her head out of her ass.
True.
Dare I say.
But yeah, so they end up like getting the journals. And then she gives one to Xaden, thankfully.
Yeah.
Because shortly after that,
which is war external, yeah.
Yeah. Shortly after that, she gets snatched up. She gets captured, interrogated, tortured.
Oh my God. No, let's talk about that. Because Liam was with her the whole time. Hallucination or not, reliving that, hearing him say, "It was an honor. It still is an honor.
Yeah.
I don't regret anything. I'm not leaving you. I'm here with you through everything." Oh my gosh. Like he was like, you're doing so good. rip my heart out,
Yeah.
stomp it into the ground, and really grind it in there for good measure. Because, oh my God.
Yeah, that was painful.
It hurt me physically.
Yep.
I
Violet's in pain. I'm in pain. We're all in
Liam
pain.
had her back the whole time.
Yep.
She didn't break.
Nope.
She didn't break, and he didn't leave her. Hallucination or not, God bless him.
Truly.
He was like, well, what if Malik is being kind? And she was like, ha, 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 ha.
Huh. That would never
I mean, that
happen.
might be what's happening. I don't know. All I know is I'm
Maybe.
grateful that he was there, and I know she was too.
But yeah, during
But it was
after,
Varric who was like, beating her up.
Yeah,
Varric's
Varric.
been a menace. I don't know. We haven't talked about it nearly enough, but like at one point, whenever Andarna wouldn't, because Andarna's in her sleeping time now, but because she's a juvenile and she needs to grow or
Right.
whatever. And like Varric wanted Andarna at like
because
flight
everyone,
practice. Mhm.
and we'll kind of talk about this later on, but everyone thinks she's like a black dragon.
Yeah, but she's not.
And she's not.
Uh,
But you don't really know that at first.
No, but like if Varric is just so insistent that she has to be there at flight practice, and Violet's like, she's a dragon. We don't tell dragons what to do. Dragons do what they want.
Right.
And he like forces her to wield until she nearly burns out as
out.
punishment.
Yeah.
Disrespectful.
Cruel. Like,
But you know who
he's
has her
insane.
back? The marked ones. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We got a Bodhi. We got an Imogen. We got, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they do have her back, which was kind of awesome. Like,
Yeah, it needed to happen. I mean, they're all being hunted by assassins. We also
Well-
didn't talk about that, but
well, we kind of did with Nadine.
oh yeah, that's true. All the other ones are also trying to get assassinated. They think they killed like half of them,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is kind of important to the story, but I
you know,
digress.
Just read the book.
Listen, we're not going to cover everything.
Right.
We're just going through my very sporadic 17 pages of notes.
But then, right after, she gets rescued from the torture,
Oh my god, the rescue though.
who fucking slaughters everyone to get to their girl?
Okay. First and
Oh, okay,
foremost,
okay. Back up.
Dane.
Yes.
Dane.
I
He
wrote that
reaches
down.
into
I
her
can't
brain
believe I
and
didn't
she
talk about
feeds
that.
him the most painful memory, Liam's death. And like all the things happening with the venom. Like she shows him how true it is, and he stabs Farish
Yes.
to get her out of there. But then you know who slaughters all of the enemies and takes everybody down.
Zadie.
Xaden. Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
But then also, is this where her mom comes in?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have that quote because
good,
it's
good.
really funny. Because Garrett, Xaden's like holding her and he's like, "There's nowhere in this world that you could go where I wouldn't find you." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like
very
you're just like
dramatic.
swoon, swoon, swoon. Oh
Right.
my god, she looks like shit.
Right.
Because she's been tortured for a week straight. And they're about to leave, so he sends Garrick out to like scout it out.
Yeah.
And then Garrick's like, "Hey
Hey,
guys,
little problem.
we have a problem." And then like Zayden's like, because he wants to make out with his woman. And then they walk out there and he's like, "What's going on?" And Garrick goes he's like, "What's the problem?" And he was like, "We have a general size problem." And it's General Sorrengail, Violet's mother, holding a knife to Garrick's throat.
Violet gets it honestly.
Truly. But then throughout this you get a little taste of Mama Sorrengail
Yes.
being not as bad as you think she is.
And look, I said this in the last episode. I knew she was going to come around.
Yeah, you did. You did say that.
And she does. She, has like a one-on-one with Violet. With that face.
I'm sorry. I was looking through my notes and then I realized we forgot like kind of a big thing, but we could double back.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
not opposed.
Backtrack.
Oh, right now?
Sure.
Jack Barlow's alive.
Yes, I can't believe
I
totally
know.
forgot about
I know.
because I was at work and I audibly like
You,
gasped,
I
and
know. I
like,
was sitting next to you,
I was like,
and
"Oh
like
my
at this
God."
point, I was procrastinating super hard, so I still had over half the book to read. And you gripped my shoulder
I was
and
like, "Hey."
shook me and gasped audibly, and you were like, "Somebody else is alive!" And not one of them did I guess that it was Jack Barlow.
No. Yeah, that
Because like, what are they doing?
that took me out. You think, well, it's kind of true that Nolan brings him back,
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
why Nolan is kind of like burnt out, like this whole.
Nolan
book.
looks rough throughout the entire part of
Yeah.
this book. You know what I mean?
He's
We don't.
struggling.
It's because he's trying to mend a soul.
Yes, but yeah. So Violet and her mom have kind of like a one-on-one.
Oh, we're back at the torture.
Yeah, we're back at the torture.
We're back at the torture. Sorry, I was looking through my notes to find like what I wrote down about that time, and then that's when I saw it.
No, you're good.
I also banged in the shower.
Yes.
Finally. That's not.
Was that after the torture?
That was before the torture.
Oh.
A lot happens before the torture when she's like still at school, because after the torture she's not there anymore.
That's right. Yeah, she gets all of them to leave.
Yep.
Yeah, she gets.
We're kind of bouncing around.
What else is new?
Truly. And another thing I need to bring up, and this is only bouncing back a little bit from where we're talking, but like, let's talk about Xaden's smell. He smells like leather and mint. Okay, first off, she's been tortured for a week. Why the hell does he still smell like mint? Leather? Okay, they're wearing flight leathers.
Right.
But mint? Did he stop? Did he stop to brush his teeth?
Yeah,
like, bro, does he have a packet of them tiny little toothbrushes?
Just a travel bottle of Listerine?
Yeah, what is happening? Okay? I understand scents are a big part of books. Like, I've read hundreds at this point, and everybody's got a smell. But how the hell he still smell like mint?
Yeah.
Leather? Okay.
Right.
Mint? Did he brush his teeth before coming? Because vast misuse of time.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to lay it on her. She's been, I'm sure, you know what I'm sure Violet doesn't smell like? Mint.
No.
I'm sure she smells like shit.
Truly. Let's talk about how these characters in these fantasy books,
they be smelling.
Yeah. I mean,
like lavender and juniper berries.
I mean, I can't really say much because my characters in my own book always be smelling good, but...
Well, okay, hold on. We haven't really talked about your book, but we can talk about that at a later date.
Yeah.
Do you have descriptors?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are they? Do you know? Of course you know. You wrote the book.
Just like the typical manly smells, like smoke and embers and...
So a house fire?
Like sea air, lavender... herbs, you know.
You know who? Levanthi probably smells like lavender and herbs, huh?
She does, actually.
I know. Anyway, that has nothing to do with this book.
Sorry.
We'll talk about that at a later date. But anyway, I really needed everybody to be thinking about that.
Just minty
fresh breath.
And that makes him even hotter.
Of course.
We love
good hygiene, fantastic.
Yep.
Not when your woman's getting tortured.
I mean, what's another 5 minutes, though?
Yeah.
Sorry, Violet, I gotta brush my teeth.
I mean, it was pretty close. Let's
Maybe
be honest.
That's his second signet, just staying minty fresh.
Bro, stop. Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be so funny? Like, it gets to that time, that moment when she's like, what's your second signet? And he's like, his face gets all pale.
Someone write the parody now.
I constantly have minty fresh breath. You stop it right now. Anyway, let's go back to our general size problem.
Yes.
But no, like they have like a moment, her and her mom, and like she's like Violet's up in arms, of course, and she was like, you don't even respect scribes. Like, hearing Mama Sorrengail go, the love of my life was a scribe. Oh my god, it humanizes her for me, because for so long she's just this like imposing figure in Violet's life.
Yep.
And so like getting these like very human moments with her mom, where her mom is like telling her to go, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, of course she's kind of giving her a choice, but like not really.
Yeah.
She's like, you have to go. Like, just know, like I don't even know. She probably doesn't say she's proud of her.
No.
But she did let her go.
Yeah.
Knowing where she was going, knowing what was going on. Like, she also tells her about the like deal she made with Xaden to keep her safe.
Ooh,
At the beginning, like after she crosses the parapet.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yo.
But yeah, Rebecca, I'm gonna need Lilith and Asher's backstory.
There's a lot of backstories we need. A lot of little love stories. Like, we need friggin' Sagail and Taryn.
Yeah.
We need Asher and Lilith.
Yeah.
We just
please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
But yeah, so then after, the torture, Violet leaves Biscayeth. A bunch of the others leave.
Yeah, I mean,
even
like,
some of the professors.
Which I think it was really good, because Xaden was like, let's leave, and she was like, let's ask everybody.
Yeah.
Give them a choice. And over 200 dragons and over 100 riders and I scribes.
Yeah.
And like, they gave everybody the option. Yes. It was so good, because Justinia comes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so, I mean, the camaraderie. She's got her squad back together. Like it's so good. And I mean, Liam's sister is there.
Yeah.
It's so good. You know what I didn't love about that moment? Let's put this into perspective. So to get everybody to go at one point, like Violet has Taryn project the memory of, like all that stuff that happened
in resin.
Like, yeah. I really wish, for the sake of everything holy, she would have left Liam's death out of it.
Yeah.
That felt like that's such a private moment. And especially if Sloane was there, I didn't love that.
Yeah.
Felt very, like, that's such a personal...
Like, you could have shown them everything else.
Absolutely. So much happened. So many believable things that would have gotten people off their asses happened.
Yeah.
Nobody else. And Zayden even said he wished she would have left that out.
Right.
Because, like, that didn't need to be shared.
No, definitely not.
And, I mean, it's her own memory, whatever, but still.
Yeah. It kind of took the meaning out of it.
It did.
Like...
It did. But, I mean, of course, Liam's death still means everything.
Oh, yeah.
But also... Here's the thing. If he stopped to brush his teeth, the least he could have done is stop to give Warwick's journal to Brennan.
Yeah, that's right.
He doesn't give Warwick's journal to Brennan until after he rips the world apart to get her. Still got minty fresh breath, though. God damn.
Where are your priorities here?
But also, I mean, whenever they're talking about the wards and stuff, there's also a lot of talk about the luminary. And they can only get the luminary if... I think it's a Violet wields lightning for the... I can't even remember
what's his name
right now. Hold on, I have it in my notes. I just call him the Viscount, so we'll call him the Viscount.
Yeah,
needs to see Violet wield lightning to give them the luminary. The luminary's the big device that makes it so that they can make weapons.
Yeah.
And yeah,
like special magical weapons.
Yeah. The only reason I reference this right at this moment is because there's a really funny quote in there and like really encompasses the sassiness that is in Darna. Because Violet's like, could you even carry that? And Taryn's like, I'm offended that you even asked. And then you hear a little, like, mind you, Darna's supposed to be taking herself a nap.
Yeah.
But then she wakes up just enough to say, well, can you carry it and still be offended?
Love her.
I love her so much. God. Anyway, so I brought that up. We'll get more into that in a bit. Yeah. But then right after that, you know what happens? Because they're bringing everybody in. You know who shows up? You know who sees her brother for the first time in a long time?
Mira.
I know.
Damn. And first thing she does, she's like, oh my God, Brennan. Punches him right in the face. Oh my
God, right in the kisser.
And that's what I needed from Violet.
I mean, she shattered his nose.
She did.
Bleeding everywhere. Oh my God, it's so good.
Needless
it's very
to say,
Mira.
She's not too happy with him.
No, I mean, of course, she's like, I'm happy you're alive.
Right.
When she yells at him, they get in an argument, and it's just poor little Vi in the middle. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's really bringing the band back together.
Because is Mira the oldest or is Brennan the oldest?
Brennan's the oldest.
Okay, see, I thought it was Mira, Brennan, Violet.
It's Brennan, Mira, Violet.
Okay, gotcha.
And you know what? Mira does give middle child energy. I could say that as a middle child.
See, I'm the oldest, so.
Of course you are.
What is that supposed to mean?
Of course you are.
See, I thought you were going to talk about Kat, but I did remember the whole interaction with Brennan.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get a little taste of Kat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of know who Catriona is.
Yeah.
Because Bodhi let it slip earlier that, like, Zayden was with somebody else before Violet and Catriona. But okay, Bodhi meant well. He was like, I've never seen Zayden care so much, even with Catriona. And then Violet's he was like, any chance that we can go in a time machine and pretend I didn't say that? Violet was like, not a chance.
No, because I'm going to remember that as long as I live.
Absolutely. And then you see Catriona for the first time during one of those times where they meet up.
With the Viscount.
No, not with the Viscount. It's whenever they go to deliver weapons.
Oh, yeah. Because they're talking to her sister, like, Serena.
Right after they bang in the shower. You know?
Yeah.
You know, and he was like, what? Like, you know, so much happens. And he's like, you know, we could either bang right here, bang in the bedroom.
Right.
Or you can go with me on a delivery. And she chose the third option. Unfortunate for everybody. But anyway, so yeah. So you see Catriona there. They call her Cat.
That's right.
But then, you know, I mean, it's really a non-starter for a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, I don't think she knows quite yet all about Kat. And then they meet again at the Viscount's house. And they have like a little show where she is like wielding for the Viscount.
Yeah,
and she's like wearing. I just remember because she's wearing a dress for like
she
the
is.
first
She
time.
looks hot in that dress. But like, also we find out like because Kat, her, I don't know if it's called a signet for flyers, but
right,
she can like amplify people's emotions.
Yes.
Oh my god, she makes Violet.
She's really
Violet's
turning it up.
volatile in those times.
And Violet already. So backing up a little, Kat's power is she just amplifies pre-existing emotions.
Yes.
She can't create new ones.
Nope.
She just turns up what you already got going on.
Oh, yeah.
And so Violet already is having a little self-doubt. Like, she's been arguing with Zayden this whole
Catriona
book.
is like kind of beautiful.
Right.
And, you know, she lives in luxury.
Right.
And she's hot. And she just feels like, I mean, I would...
She has a history with Zayden.
Oh, yeah, she does. So... And she talks about it constantly.
So Violet's already feeling, you know, some type of way about all that, and then Kat's like just turns it up to 11.
Oh yeah.
It's intense.
It is, but it's also intense whenever Zayden swoops her into his arms, Violet, and absolutely makes out with her in front of God and everybody.
And this is what we were talking about earlier with the PDA.
I mean, I love a good peck. You know what I mean?
Right,
like I'll kiss my husband.
A little kiss, you know, that's fine.
I'll smack my husband's ass in front of God and everybody. But like, okay, mate, listen, and this might be the dramatized audiobook talking, but it feels inappropriate. I'm not even in the room, and I feel like I should leave the room.
Yeah, and maybe again, I'm playing on my age here, but you know, I'm grown. I don't be doing that.
I mean, I guess Zayden's doing it to like reassure her,
I guess, but they're making out in front of the God and everybody, and like
I know, like you're in here
icky.
trying to like,
and they're not just making out, like they're groping
luminary.
each other. Yeah, in front of like your ex, her uncle, like your brother, your sister.
Calm down.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, Sam feels the same way. I don't know if you heard that.
About it.
I don't know if you heard that, but Sam just agreed with us.
Yeah,
they be doing too much. That's fine. Whatever. They're only there to barter for a luminary that could turn the tides of the war, but okay.
But let's make out.
Anyway, it's fine.
Super annoying.
I guess the relationship's doing well. By doing well, by doing well, I mean they were actually fighting right before. She actually called him Dane.
Ooh,
she said he was acting like Dane, slammed the door in his face right before she went to go get ready.
Very mature.
And he was like, that dress.
So then they go down to Violet's little show, little presentation, where she has to wield, you know, in front of all these people
and aim, which she's not good at. She's been working with her new teacher Felix, still not great at it.
And this scene kind of reminded me of one of the last episodes of Game of Thrones where they bring out the White Walker in the box because they bring out a venom in a box.
Yeah, they do.
And Violet's like,
dick in a box. Sorry.
Violet's like, oh fuck.
Everybody's like, oh fuck. Zayden's mad. Mira is standing next to her. Yeah. Just like pissing her. Okay, Mira never pisses her pants, but you know what I mean? Like she's pissed. Everybody's mad. But Violet's like, I got this.
Yeah. Pulls off some crazy maneuver. Ends up fucking.
Well, because doesn't Mira get a little siphoned? Just like a touch of the siphon. How does Mira get knocked out? I only know that Brennan has to carry her ass off the field.
Yes, I think something happened. I don't remember, but then I think
they time it perfectly. Yeah, and Violet lightnings the ground, killing the venom.
Yes, good job, Violet.
Good job, Violet. Zayden then begins to violently choke out the Viscount because he's so mad that somebody put Violet in danger.
Then Violet and Co. go into negotiations with the Viscount. And his part of the deal is like, yeah, I'll give you the luminary if you take the Griffin Flyer cadets with you.
Yeah, they're the Drift.
Yeah, the Drift, that's what they're called. So they do, and it is not good.
Yeah, because you're talking about because they can't fly at altitude. That's like a big thing. So they have to go through this super crazy treacherous pass. Yeah. It's very intense. All the, I think it's like all of the cadet riders. Yeah. Are walking with them. Yeah. And so they're all kind of paired up, and they're I mean, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
And Rhiannon is with Kat.
Yeah.
And then Violet is with Kat's best friend, whose name I can't remember.
It starts with an M.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe Marin or something?
I think it's Marin.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's honestly super great.
Yeah,
I love Marin.
She's good.
And you also meet the sweetest little girl. Her name is Luella.
Yeah.
And Luella's a first year, and she's got her griffin.
Yeah.
And she makes really good cake, I hear.
And you also learn a little bit about the Griffins.
Yeah.
Who, up until, the villains started coming around, were their enemies, supposedly. So there's a lot of bad blood there.
And a lot of people in Biscaya still believe that that's their only enemy.
Right. But you learn that, like, they don't have a parapet necessarily.
Mm-mm.
They have this other ritual to claim their griffins, where they like jump off this cliff
into a drift of griffins, and you land on a griffin. But
then they're like, oh, so what? Like, you must lose so many people, like jumping off the cliff, and they're like, no one dies. Like, we just swim back
to the shore,
and like you get to go into infantry.
Do you need therapy? It's giving.
That moment really struck me.
Really?
Because I was like, shit. Like, I knew that the Rider Quadrant was intense, but I thought, okay, well, the Griffin, quadrant or whatever is probably just as intense. And they were like, no one dies.
Well, also, okay, but let's be so for real. Dragons way more intense than Griffins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I genuinely feel like, not that I think that all those people needed to die, but like, I genuinely feel like it's important.
Yeah, it has to be harder because it is harder.
Oh, yeah, because dragons will kill you if you show any amount of weakness. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's as simple as, I think they have to earn dragon respect. And to do that, like, they got to weed out the weak. And I'm not saying that it's great, but I'm saying that it felt more necessary for dragons. Like, I get that is a very striking moment to see the differences.
Yeah.
But I think it really just shows how dragon riders set themselves apart.
Yeah.
And
from others.
Absolutely. And they have to. Dragons are no joke.
Right. So they're making their way downtown, walking fast. No.
The base is packed and I'm homebound. Do. Anyway.
They're making their way through this pass, and did they come across like a booby trap, or do they get like ambushed?
So it's so Dane has a map of the pass that has like all the traps.
Yeah.
And so like he puts out a rope to try and like, because it's a pressure plate, but they weren't exactly sure where the pressure plate was.
Yeah.
So everybody has to jump over.
Yeah.
And that's where Luella comes in, and because Luella's probably about the same height as Violet.
Yeah, she's petite like Violet.
Yeah, she is. And Violet, kind of alters the course for her, and like has Riddick shove his sword into the side of the mountain so that they can use that as like a halfway point,
right,
to make it past. And because Luella was terrified, and I mean Luella's griffin wasn't going to leave her side. It was like a whole thing, but they needed to keep moving because they had already had kind of like a rock fall happen that was pretty intense. Nobody died at that point. But, I mean, Taryn did have to, like, scoop up out of nowhere and crush a boulder so it didn't crush Violet.
Yeah.
And he was like, get it together. And Violet was like, it's not my fault. And he was like, well, stop. Because he's hilarious like that. But no, Violet makes it across because she's super badass and cool and has fought. Which, again, really, I feel like is, like Besgaiath really did prepare her for moments like this. And you can see the difference, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, given Luella is a first year, regardless. So Luella jumps across. She doesn't make it across the rope, so she stands on the pressure plate.
Yep.
And then she starts to tumble off. Yep. Violet shoots forward, grabbing her hand, because she didn't just take down herself. She took down a rider with her.
Yeah.
Whose name I cannot remember at this time.
No.
That rider is okay, I think. I don't know. I don't think they're okay anymore. I think
probably not by the end of the book.
Okay anymore, but they
in that moment,
like they were like, because she calls for Riddick.
Yeah.
Riddick comes out of nowhere. By nowhere, I mean right behind her. But the pressure plate did go off, so he gets shot with 2 arrows.
Yeah.
God, my poor baby Riddick. And like she ends up dropping Luella.
Yeah. And Kat will not let that
go. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Kat really believes that Violet basically threw Luella off the edge.
Yeah.
Which is super dramatic. These 2 girls, I'm so glad they fight it out later.
Yeah, they do.
But
it's great.
Yeah, I mean, that was just such an intense and sad moment. And then they get attacked by Wyvern.
Yes.
Because the Wyvern take away Luella's poor precious baby Griffin's honorable death.
Yeah.
By coming up out of nowhere and snatching that poor bird off the side of the mountain.
Yeah. But
then Violet does some really cool trick shots and shoots all the Wyvern down.
Yes.
I mean, see, there's several moments in which I don't think lightning wielding is that cool, and then she does some shit like that, and I'm like, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, it's hard for me to picture the lightning wielding being cool, but then other times, like, Violet is truly a badass.
Yeah. Oh
yeah. So the remaining riders and flyers make it back.
Yep.
They work on kind of loosely setting up like a routine, like a school system, because some of the professors from Best Gaiath are there, and they're like, okay, like, you know, some of you all are still like in training and shit, so
let's keep on that training. And some of the people from the assembly, which is like the council, they step in and they start teaching things.
Yeah. And there's still a ton of tension between the riders and the flyers.
Oh, absolutely, for weeks on end.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the professors give them a lot of time to try to work it out before they're just like, let's go back to what we did at Bisgaiath, and we're gonna let y'all beat the shit right out of each other.
Yeah, we're gonna have like sparring matches.
So, like, you know, you can only, you know,
no magic,
hand to hand. Let's do
no
this.
weapons, just hand to hand stuff. And who chooses to fight? Cat and Violet.
Oh, well, yeah, Cat chooses Violet.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I mean, the entire flyer, or like the squad that was Cat's squad,
Yeah.
Challenged friggin' Violet squad.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was really, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But then the fight between Violet and Cat.
What a fight.
Bro. First off, fuck Cat for using her signet anyway.
Yeah, she does.
Because she almost got her ass killed. If Zayden had been there and been like, hey, I don't really care if you kill her.
Right. But I
think you're gonna care. So because she had made Violet's emotions so volatile, and I mean, Violet already felt that way,
right?
But I mean,
the Cat really pushed her over the edge,
and she wasn't gonna yield.
Nope,
she wasn't gonna yield. And so I mean, Violet does beat the tar out of her.
Yeah.
But then that leads into My House, My Chair, My Woman. Which is basically...
Yeah, because all this is happening at Ryerson House.
Yeah.
Like, you know, where Zayden grew up and
yada,
yada.
Yeah, because you get privy to the information that Zayden's there just because, like, in the background of the fighting, somebody's like, are you going to do anything about this? And Zayden goes, she wouldn't want me to. Fair. But then he has to pry her off of Cat because Cat's made, like, push so much anger and hatred and all these feelings. I mean, Violet already had them, but she's pushed them to max.
Yeah.
And so Violet physically cannot stop herself from trying to kill her.
Yeah.
So Zayden peels her off.
Takes her to the little...
The
like
throne room.
The little assembly room.
Throne room.
Tells everyone to get out.
Oh my god. Yes, he does.
And then you were like, oh, you know something's going to go down.
And mind you, like, Kat had said some really horrible things about how Violet was just like a
placeholder that Zayden could just fuck whenever he wanted.
Yeah.
And, like, blah, blah, blah. And so Violet's feeling like absolute shit.
Yeah,
right?
and Zayden's like, there's nothing I can say. So let me show you.
My house, my chair, my woman, baby.
Basically porn in my ear. The
Truly,
whole I talked about this earlier.
It was a lot.
Like, there's not, like, I had to pause.
Yeah.
I had to pause and, like, look around.
Like,
you know what I mean? You ever
watching?
listen to something and then you're like, it's getting way too much for your workplace setting,
steamy.
and you got to look around to make sure nobody can hear it, even though you're positive nobody can hear it through your headphones.
No one's within 50 feet of you.
Oh yeah, but you're scared.
Yep.
That's exactly what was happening to me. I was like, I shouldn't.
Just can't believe. See, I think I read that at work too, but I think I was at least on break.
Thank God for you. Because here's the thing. I think it's worse on a phone because I'm like, is anybody looking over my shoulder?
Yeah.
Because you get one glimpse of this and you're gonna think the worst of me. But there's so much more to this book. But anyway, they don't actually like bang. Like, he just, worships her, and it's just like, you're so much more than that. Like, I'm just trying. He has to pry himself off of her.
Yeah, because she looks in his head and is like,
I think he kind of pushes it on her.
That too.
I think there's like a melding. You know what I mean?
And
you get a taste of them desires and them thoughts.
Oh,
Ozated. And he's just talking about how much he loves her and about how like she's perfect. Oh my god!
Wow, what a man!
In his head, obviously, like he's not saying these things out loud.
No, because he can't really talk.
Nope.
If you know what I mean.
He's preoccupied.
He's a little busy. But yeah, what a scene!
What?
And see, the whole time
scene.
I thought that scene, because I knew that something went down. I knew the quote, "My house, my chair, my woman."
Yep.
But I thought that was in Onyx Storm. So when that came up, I wasn't really expecting it. I was
know,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But
so he reassures Violet in the
Yeah,
best
he
way
does.
possible.
he does reassure her. I mean, they talk about it too, and he's
Yeah.
just like, I mean, he was like, you.
Oh yeah, because I'm pretty sure right after that she wants to start an argument again.
Oh my god. She literally can't help herself.
No. So after this, Violet and Co. figure out some more stuff about the wards,
Yep.
which is better explained in the book, honestly.
Who's Co?
Like company.
Oh,
Like Violet and Company. Like
you
all
said
the
it like
friends.
several times,
I
and
know.
every time I'm like, who the hell is Co?
Yeah, like
I was
Violet
like,
and her
is it-
friends.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So yeah, they
Violet
figure out
Co.
more about the
Sorry.
wards. And they realize they have to go and
Like the
fix
six
the ward.
strongest dragons.
Yeah.
and- So they do that at first. It was very anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Like they breathe fire and everybody's like,
okay.
I feel a little something. And then they're getting attacked by Venom.
Yeah. And it kind of works but doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it works.
Yeah.
But then they realize that the flyers can still wield.
Yeah.
So they're like,
Maybe it's not working.
Yeah, and then friggin' what's his name? I always do this to myself. Hold on. And 2 seconds. 1 second. And Melgren.
Yes.
Melgren calls for a meeting
Yeah.
with Zayden and all of them.
Yeah.
To talk biz nasty.
And they figure out like Violet and Zayden and them are like, hey, like we gotta fix your wards too, and they're like, no, our wards are fine.
I don't think they know that yet. No, I think they're because they just talk about how they're gonna attack Solace, and that the wards are gonna fall.
That's right.
And Melgren sees them losing.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come and help."
I forgot about all that.
And then they're like, "Nah." And then Brendan pops up out of nowhere. Mama Sorrengail sees him, and she's like, "Brandon!" And Brendan's like, "Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Not gonna help. Peace out."
Yeah.
And Violet's like, "Are we
Damn.
sure, guys?"
They're like, this is
She
pretty
never
serious.
questions them in front of, Melgren and all them. So, like, that's good.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, yeah, and Violet at one point asks him what a second signet is, and you find out that it's, like, reading intentions, which is, like, what
Yes, he's
what
like
gets
a
people's necks
form-
snapped.
Yeah, he's a form of an intrinsic, which, if you go back and think about it, like, the signs were there from the very beginning.
Oh, of course. That man knows way too much.
And Violet, when she asks him, and then he gets around to answering, like, in those paragraphs where she's thinking, like, what could it be? She has some of the stupidest explanations.
She's so smart and so dumb.
I mean, I hate to compare Fourth Wing to Twilight again, but do you remember in Twilight when Bella was like trying to figure out that Edward was
Oh my
a
god, she's
vampire?
like, your skin is cold. You
At
don't
least
go in
Bella
the sun.
figured it out on the first try. Like,
I know Violet was reaching.
she was reaching.
Okay, and also I think I've said this time and time again. I think her reactions are pretty dramatic.
Yeah, they are.
She could just reassure him that she loves him no matter what, and that like she trusts that he won't do that because he's been nothing but forthcoming about all of.
But then immediately she's like, "Are you like toying with my emotions? Are you?"
He's like,
reading
"That's
my
not how that
mind?"
works.
Like blah 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 blah. No, he's not, and like he hasn't been pretty much this whole time because he's been in love with you pretty much this whole time.
I know.
Like, get it together, girl. Anyway, I digress. But
she stays not getting it together. But then other times she does get it together. She's 21.
True. So
But I mean, a lot of crazy, like, I mean, after Mama Sorrengail sees Brennan,
Yes.
she says, like, the line that, like, I love you enough to bear the weight of your disappointment. Like, oof. I mean, it hurts physically. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, like, Mama Sorrengail has not done a lot. But, like, you see little glimpses of her as a person, break my heart.
Yeah. She's definitely redeeming herself.
But then Violet figures out, like, they go back to the house Ryerson, and they're going on about their business, and they're talking about, like, why they're not going to help. But then Violet figures out that it's actually essentially a trap. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going after Solace like they thought. Is it Solace? It's not Solace. It's
Samara.
Samara.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. If
Solace
I
is
said
the
it.
dragon.
Oh yeah. I said it and then I figured it out. But they're not going after Samara like they thought. They're definitely going after the Veil.
Yeah.
Which is the breeding grounds for the dragon.
And they're like, we cannot let that happen.
Nope.
So yeah, they all kind of rally together. They're like, we gotta go.
By rally together, I mean the people, like the assemblies, like, no, we're not going.
Yeah. And they're
so
like,
they just
"Fuck
take
that."
whoever is going to go.
Yep.
But they can't take the flyers.
Yeah,
Because they won't
wield.
be wielding the Veil. Like,
Well, they
not the
do
Veil,
take
but the-
some because they stay on the ground to help. Like,
No, but that's later. Remember, because
Oh,
Brennan's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
coming.
That's right.
Like, so it's Mira, Zayden, Violet. Violet's the whole of Fourth
squad,
Wing.
Yeah.
The whole of Fourth Wing comes, and like everybody, like they take the 18-hour flight out.
Yeah.
To go and like save Besgaeth, basically.
Right. And
Because
save the Veil.
every available dragon of any power has been sent to Samara.
Right.
Because they think that's where it's going to happen.
Yep. And so they get to Besgaeth, and
It's
Yes.
only Mama Sorrengail there, and like maybe like 3 or 4 other teachers
yeah.
and then all the cadets.
Yep. And they're like, hey, like, we need to get into your wards. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we need to check your wards. Like, something's going down. They're like, no, our wards are fine.
Mm-hmm.
And no, they ain't.
No, they ain't, because they bust up down there, and you know who's down there destroying the
Jack
Wardstone?
fucking Barlow.
Oh my god.
That was an intense scene.
It was. First off, you get to see what a Wardstone's supposed to look like, which is
Yeah.
on fire. Because, you know, Iron Rain.
Right.
Not Iron Rain.
Flame.
Iron Flame. I'm getting it
You
together.
got it.
Iron Flame. Which makes sense in that moment. But also, Jack murders his dragon.
His own dragon.
In the most gruesome of ways. What a bitch.
And we talked about this, like, as we were reading it. What's the situation with this dragon? Maybe.
Yeah, because the dragon had like milky white eyes and like
And I can't see a giant ass dragon consenting to just being murdered.
well, not only being murdered, but being privy to the knowledge that they're going to destroy the Veil
Yeah.
or going
Was-
to take over the Veil.
Was the dragon like turning venom as well? Like, I don't know if that makes any
Yeah,
sense, but like, what was happening? Can
Something
someone
was
weigh
going
in?
on there.
And maybe we're not supposed to know yet, but like, I want to know.
Mm-mm.
Hopefully that gets resolved.
Yeah, but then the Wardstone falls,
Yep.
and so the wards are down.
And it's like absolute fucking chaos. That
Absolutely.
whole final battle was like,
It was
was
wild,
intense.
but it was so good. It
Yeah.
really was. Like, I mean, because they got about 10 hours before the horde
yeah,
of Wyvern and Venin are going to descend upon Besgaeth.
yeah,
And I mean, all of the troops that were sent to Samara aren't going to make it back in time.
yeah. And
And-
they make like the remaining professors and like first years and
Mm-hmm.
who are there try to make some semblance of like a battle plan.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not bad. It's not
No.
a bad plan. They're making the best out of a shit situation.
Right.
I mean, because Violet's the one that's like, we still need to protect the Wardstone.
Yeah.
And like it's a lot. But then Brennan shows up. All the flyers show up, and they're my
Everyone's
god,
there.
everybody's there.
Everyone's fucking fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Violet.
Has the idea for Brennan to mend the Wardstone
Yes.
so they can try, and figure it out. I'm so sorry. What is that scribe's name?
Jacinta.
Jacinta shows up.
Yeah, she's there like
'Cause-
during the battle.
Yeah, because she's at the same time translating.
Like one of the journals.
I can't. It's not because it's not Warwick's journal. It's anyway. It's one of the other journals. And they like I mean, it's intense.
Yeah.
That first, like, because I mean, the first like chunk of the battle where Violet is wielding that first,
was
like,
crazy.
oh my gosh, like it truly put in perspective how powerful she is. She was taking Wyvern out like crazy,
left and right.
It was such an intense battle. I mean, and then oh my god, the Sawyer. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, Sawyer
so
gets
there's
his
a point where she jumps from Terran.
yeah, because she sees Riddick being attacked.
Yeah.
Well, Riddick's dragon has a Wyvern attack to its back end.
Yeah.
And then you see like Sawyer busting in to try to help, but they're being attacked by two or three or four other Wyvern.
Yeah.
And so like Riddick's oh my gosh, it was so intense.
And Violet like jumps over there, is helping them, gets stuck. Rhiannon jumps.
Rhiannon's not in this part yet. Is she?
Oh, I thought she jumped over there and like.
No, she didn't help with the whole Riddick Sawyer situation because Sawyer was getting his leg chewed off because he did get, but like his dragon wouldn't like Sawyer's dragon wouldn't defend itself because it was trying to defend Sawyer.
Yeah.
So like Violet had jumped from Terran. Oh my god, Terran was so mad. From Terran to Riddick's dragon to Sawyer's dragon.
Yeah.
So she could drag Sawyer and his one leg having ass off his dragon so his dragon would defend itself.
Yeah.
And
it was crazy.
It was. And then they jumped off the dragon. And
Yep.
thank God for Terran.
Yeah, she's like, just catch me, and fucking jumps off.
I know, and Terran's like, you just assumed I would catch you, and she was like, yes.
Yes, actually, I did.
I did. You told me to never doubt you, and consider himself undoubted, because he did catch.
Yeah.
And like they got Sawyer to the medical area.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But that stuff with Rhiannon happened, I believe, before that, because Venom was trying to attack Violet on the back of, Terran, but then her friggin' saddle gets she gets trapped in her saddle. So
You're right.
So Rhiannon jumps on the back of Terran.
Yeah.
And then that's the whole thing. Rhiannon is such a good friend.
Yeah, she is.
God, if anybody to have by your side, like, absolutely.
So then eventually the others show up.
And yeah, well, I mean, all that stuff. So that stuff on the ground happens with the Venom.
Yeah.
Where she's kind of like reliving the nightmare that she's had. And then Cat shows up.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Because some of the Griffin flyers are there. They just can't really like fly around.
Yeah, because Mama Sorrengail's holding a storm so that
Violet can
wield better.
and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean that like there are several moments in this in which like Cat's super cool.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really talk too much on the moment in the caves, but like Violet saves Cat's life.
Yeah.
And Cat acknowledges that.
Yeah.
I mean Zayden's pissed because he's like, you put your life below hers
For Cat.
for
yeah.
what? But that's Zayden
But
for
there's
you.
there's
some growth.
Yeah, there's some
in their
respect
friendship
developing there. Not much, but some.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in moments like that, but like also Cat didn't abandon her in the cave.
Yeah.
Cat didn't abandon her to the Venom.
Yeah. And she very well could have.
She could have, but she didn't. And I feel like that shows such mutual respect between the two.
For sure.
But no, they end up taking down the Venom.
Yes.
I don't know how much Cat really does, but she looks cute while she does it.
But then
they have to meet because Melgren makes it back on the back of Coda because Coda's bigger than Terran, so he was able to get back there faster. And oh my gosh, Violet fights for her life, not physically at this point, but mentally, to try and get them to understand that she thinks they can mend the Wardstone.
Yeah.
Like, well, first off, Brendan's already mended the Wardstone.
Yeah, but now they need to like
they imbue
power it
it
up again, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, and Zayden's got her back 100%, and so he's gonna hold off. I don't think it's the Sage. I think he's a general or something.
Yeah, I think.
But this Venom is waiting for Zayden. We don't really get too much context on that. But he's like, you trust me. You trust me to have your back.
Yeah.
Go and get the wards up.
And so she goes down there,
Mm-hmm.
to the Wardstone, and she's kind of using her own power to imbue the Wardstone.
Oh, so sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
But I think it's really important that we backtrack just a little bit and talk about how Violet was able to get away from that Venin. Because Andarna was camouflaged in the mountains and came down and breathed her fire. Her first fire! And she rips the head off of the Venin, but she breathes her first fire.
Yes. And Andarna, I was comparing her to like a chameleon. Like she's like a 7th type of dragon.
Yeah, which we figure out that's where the ward stuff really comes into play.
Yeah.
Because Jasenia like brings it up. She's like, hey, I think I translated this wrong. It says that there's 7. And then Violet
6.
puts it together because throughout the entire book, Andarna's scales have changed. But I feel like this is such a good example of showing that off.
Yep.
Is in that moment with that Venin where they're in the field and Kat's with her. But Andarna peels herself off a mountain.
Yeah.
Looking like a mountain.
Breathes her fire.
And breathes her beautiful fire.
And kills this general and saves Violet's life.
Yes.
And it was fucking awesome.
It was so good. That was such a good moment.
Yep.
But no, then, Melkor calls him back. They have the meeting, whatever. Her and Xaden part ways.
Yeah.
I mean, Xaden's Xaden's always preparing for death, but every single, okay, but also, if he would have died, she would have been so mad at herself for not saying she loved him. Because she didn't.
Yeah.
Because she just ran away. Because she was like, we're not saying goodbye. Super dramatic. Tell that man you love him. You silly, silly woman.
But she sure doesn't.
I know. But then she goes to the ward stone and it can hold magical energy.
Yeah.
It can be imbued.
And so she's trying to imbue it herself. And she can't do it all the way.
I mean, she's pushing herself to the limit. She is completely convinced that she's completely ready to die.
Yep.
For this, so that the wards can go up, so that her friends can be safe, because they are not that they're being butchered out there. They're not doing. I mean, they're not doing great, obviously, but they're not doing horrible. And I mean, it's just she's on the cusp of like burning out.
Yeah.
But Mama Sorrengail and Sloane and Brennan show up.
Yeah. Because
And the prince.
Oh yeah, Arik or Eric or whatever. And Sloane, we didn't mention this earlier, but her signet is like siphoning.
Yeah, she's a siphon, which was Taryn's old, like his last writer's signet.
Yeah. And so Lilith kind of...
Well, they peel Violet off.
Yeah, they get Violet off of there, and then Lilith's like, okay, like I can, finish fixing this ward stone.
Yeah, so you siphon from me, put it into the ward stone, like take from me and her dragon.
Yeah.
And put it all into the ward stone.
And she does.
Oh my god, it's so sad because Brennan's barely, like, he's mended this ward stone. He's almost burned out himself. Yeah. They're all like, oh my gosh, everybody's like, they're begging her not to. By there, I mean like Violet and Brennan about halfway through when he comes semi-conscious.
Yeah.
The prince, I'm going to call him the prince, is like holding Violet back.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, if it's between your life and hers, like, I choose you. And she's begging Andarna, and Andarna's like, I'm so sorry. Like I choose you.
Too.
Oh my gosh. And her mom's just saying, like, we are so proud of you. You were everything that we wanted you to be. Like, oh my gosh, she's bearing the weight of the world on her shoulders, but she is, it is so heartbreaking watching Mama Sorrengail go.
Yeah, it's rough.
But I mean, it's such like a redeeming moment. You know what I mean? Like, she gives everything that she has so the wards can go. And you know what they do? It works.
Yeah. And as all this is going on, Violet's in even more pain because Xaden...
Oh my gosh, she opens the bond up and Xaden's like basically dying.
Yeah.
She feels him burning and like hopeless and like afraid and helpless and oh my gosh.
And then her mom's dying and like...
everything around, and she's in so much pain.
Everything's chaotic.
Like practically burnt out. And I mean, it's pure and utter chaos.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, I mean, you're just in the midst of a battle.
Yeah.
But the wards go up.
Yep.
The wards go up, and then you just hear the thuds of Wyvern. I mean, Mira. Oh my, poor Mira. Mira was the only child that wasn't there when Mama Sorrengail was leaving.
Yeah.
And so
she has to learn about it after the fact.
She busts up down there. And she's screaming, what did you do? And like, oh my gosh. It was such an emotional moment. And I mean, because you go outside, everybody's celebrating. Well, Andarna tells Violet that Xaden needs her.
Yeah. he's still alive, but like
Something's missed.
it's
but
looking rough.
Violet's also kind of numb right now. She just watched her mother die.
Right.
Everybody's outside cheering. Everybody's so happy that they did it, and it's such a bittersweet moment.
And then, as Taryn and Darna are like, "Hey, like you need to check on Xaden," and Darna's actually kind of cryptic right now. She's like, "Just be careful what you say."
No, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Darna that said that.
Mm-hmm. I was just reading over it actually, but yeah, and then she's like, "Okay, Xaden, like, what's up?" Like,
Well, I mean, yeah, she's
not really, but for lack of a better word, she's like, "Okay, like, what happened?" And then Violet looks up and sees his fucking red eyes.
just like but it's not. He doesn't have.
It's like the
eyes,
red,
but it's just like a
whatever.
small. She describes it as like a very thin red line around his beautiful, gorgeous, onyx gold flecked eyes.
Because Xaden is fucking Venom.
He goes Venom, and listen, in that moment with the ward stone and everything, Violet had the same temptations.
Yeah.
And I really hope she takes that into the account in the next book.
Yeah.
And I would just like to make it known right now that we are not going to.
Yeah, we're not planning on reading the next one.
No, not until we are closer to whenever the next one's coming out, because like this one gutted me, and there's too many spoilers I know about Onyx Storm for me to put myself through that willingly, knowing that I won't get the next book in 2 years, and I hope you can respect that. And if you can't, feel free to read Onyx Storm, and don't tell me about it.
I can't put myself through that.
No, not right now. No, but no, I mean, like he goes Venom,
and honestly, we talked about this as well, like by ourselves. I don't know how I felt about that.
Yeah, me neither. If he needed her to trust him.
Yep.
And so he needed
to trust her. And
even though he felt her dying, she felt him dying.
Yeah. If he would have just waited another minute, like it all would have been okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't have had to turn Venom.
Truly. But
so,
I mean, we did get that situation from his perspective.
Yes, we
and
did.
I'm
The
sure
last
it was
chapter
terrifying, and he might have died. But like hearing Sigale just like yell, like "I chose you."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he says, "But Violet chose me too." Like he's picking Violet over his dragon, which I thought was wild.
But Violet wouldn't have wanted him to make that decision.
Yeah.
Because even though she was tempted, she was on the cusp of burning out. Like she felt the power beneath her, and she still chose to not do it. She still chose that in like,
yep.
I understand.
Because she didn't want, Taryn to suffer like another rider dying.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
well, Taryn told her, he was like, I didn't choose you as my next rider. I chose you as my last. When you fall, I fall.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like there were so many, like, I know we kind of harped on a lot of stuff in this book, but like there are so many good moments like that.
Yeah.
That like make it worth it. And we didn't even cover everything. So like, if you have not read it, please do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was good. We talked a lot of shit at the beginning.
Yeah, but like getting to this point, I'm like, ugh.
It was good.
I feel reminiscent.
The last half of the book made the first half worth it.
It really did. It true. Like, I mean, there's so many books like that, like Alchemized. Like if you get past those for the first like part of the book, like the rest of it makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those moments because this, like, I mean, just this battle alone was like hard fought. It was beautifully written.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it is so impactful. I mean, the loss of Mama Soaringale. I know we refer to her as Mama. I know she's general, but like we're gonna call her Mama Soaringale because she was nothing if not a devoted mother in these moments. And like, it was like I was near in tears. You know what I mean? I mean, the whole stuff with Xaden being Venom. I disagree with it, but like that doesn't take away from it. You know what I mean?
And again, I think I was expecting something different.
Yeah.
I thought Xaden became Venom in the next book.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he does, but anyway.
Right. But, like, I thought that's when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe it was a combination of, like, I wasn't expecting it and I didn't like the way, the situation in which he became Venom. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Maybe the next book will change my mind. I'm very curious.
Because, I mean, now he has that, like, raw hunger for power and more.
Right.
Because he busts down to the dungeons
Yeah.
to ask Jack how to change him back. And
Yeah.
Jack's like, you cannot give back what has already been taken.
It's not like a sickness, like.
We're brothers now.
Yeah.
And then manic laughter. And I'm sure, I don't know if you had that in the book. But
Oh, no.
in the dramatized version.
That's hilarious.
There was nothing if not the most manic cackling laughter.
Ooh, I don't like that.
It was not great, but it's fine.
Overall, as we're wrapping up, I guess I'll give my rating.
Yeah.
I would probably give this book like a 3. Just because all I can think about is that first part that really I just had to drag through. It
was a lot. And that's why I'm super glad that we did take the notes that we did, because I do feel like there would have been several parts in the first part that I would have just completely forgotten about. And I know, like, we haven't talked about everything in great detail, but feel free to read it if you have not.
Oh yeah,
as I said before. But my rating is probably going to be, like, talking about it with you did kind of change, like, my whole perspective.
Yeah.
But, like, not my, so I'd probably give it a 3.5. I know we kind of talked before and I said 3, but I think 3.5 is where I'm really comfortable, because I don't think it was all bad. I think there's some really, really good, impactful moments. I think there's some really great character growth as far as, like, relationships regarding, like, Kat and Violet. And, like, I mean, Violet and, like, her entire squad, really.
Yeah.
Like,
and Violet outside of, like, her relationship.
Yeah, because, I mean, her and Xaden have constant tension, and not always, most of the time, the good kind, but but also most of the time not the good kind. It's pretty volatile. And this whole Venom thing is not gonna make it any better.
Yeah.
Because
But again, we're not planning to read Onyx Storm.
Yes.
We're gonna take a little break from series, and
we're gonna hit a couple one shots. And
a couple standalones, and maybe just do, like, some fun episodes. Not necessarily.
One shots is completely the wrong word.
That's okay.
I think I'm, like, half dead on the inside.
But yeah, hopefully do some episodes that are just, like, talking about fun little books and, like, book
ones
talk
that
trends.
We can give you the ending too. We can.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I think we did decide that we were gonna do Leather and Lark.
Oh, yes.
So that's super exciting for our next one.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
And please come back and join us for our next episode.
Please do. And, I mean, if you have any way to, like, comment or, like, give us any type of feedback, please do that.
Yeah.
And follow us on all of our social medias.
Yep.
I do believe that they are all residents. Jesus Christ, somebody take me out back. Residents dot reads. So that's on Instagram, that's on TikTok. And I do think that's all we have right now.
Yeah, that's all we're not.
It's the same way, like, I mean, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, our picture's the same everywhere, so.
Yeah, just feel free to reach out to us on any of those platforms if you have any comments, questions, concerns, commentary.
Yeah, we'd love to get some love.
It's been a long day. But, thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, and see you next time.
See you next time.